My name is Lonnie Ray Atkinson, and this is another installment of Unsafe Words. So, I know a lot of white people debate back and forth over whether white privilege is a real thing. So, I devised an experiment for people who are on the fence. Go out anywhere in the country and do a random survey of white people and ask the question, what's the biggest problem in the world today? A significant number of them will say terrorism. Not that surprising. Then ask them to name a handful of terrorist organizations. And like the first thoughts that are popping into many of your heads right now, they'll list off names like ISIS, Al-Qaeda, or the Taliban. Maybe if they're news junkies, they'll say Boko Haram or Al-Shabaab. Again, not that surprising. Terrorism is a major problem in the world, and those organizations are certainly heinous. But what's missing from the list? The Klan, motherfuckers! The Ku Klux motherfucking Klan! Oh yeah, I guess I forgot about the Klan. How in the fuck do you forget about the Klan? That is some white privilege shit. White people forget that the Klan was a terrorist organization, and that is like celery and carrots forgetting that chicken noodle is a fucking soup. The Ku Klux Klan was a terrorist organization, and not just a terrorist organization, the terrorist organization. Decade after decade after decade, the KKK terrorized millions of American citizens. Nobody even knows how many they killed, and yet they almost never make white people's list. That is some white privilege shit. Yeah, but ISIS beheaded a motherfucker on YouTube. On fucking YouTube. Yeah, and the Klan used to hold picnics at lynchings. And that was after 2.5 centuries of slavery. Yes, slavery, another organized terror that never seems to make white people's list. Because we are some white devils. And here's the thing, they're still around. Some people forget that shit. Wait, let me rephrase that. Some white people forget that shit. The Klan is to terrorism what IBM is to computer technology. Because they're not in the news as much, you kind of forget they still exist. But guess what? IBM still exists. And so does the Klan. And if the Klan is like the IBM of terrorism, then Al-Qaeda and ISIS are like the Facebook and Instagram of terrorism. Sure, they're big right now, but how long are they really going to be around? And no, I don't feel bad about the IBM analogy, because IBM designed the Nazi tabulation apparatus for the Holocaust, so fuck those racist motherfuckers too. So why do most white people not automatically think of the Klan as a terrorist organization? Because to white people, the war on terror is some new shit. White people just stumbled onto the war on terror like a dude who just discovered how to get unlimited lives on Super Mario. They're still in that, whoa, this shit is crazy mode. Black people, on the other hand, have been fighting the war on terror for half a goddamn millennium. You ask black folks about terrorism, they ain't worried about Al-Qaeda, they worried about Al-Qaeda. Think about that. Here we are talking about how we gotta get ISIS, we gotta get Al-Qaeda, we gotta get Boko Haram. Should we invade another country? Should we bomb a village? Should we torture some motherfuckers? And yet the Ku Klux Klan still exists. You go to the mall right now, there's probably someone from the KKK there. Fucking shopping. They go to the mall, they go to church, they eat at Arby's. Can you imagine if I told you I saw one of them ISIS dudes at the mall, picking up a Dora the Explorer doll for his niece? You motherfuckers would be ready to drone JCPenney. Of course, white people's response is, yeah, but the Klan ain't what it used to be. They're pretty much a joke nowadays. The punchline of said joke being, so I says to the guy, what's the point of being in the Klan if you're not gonna back up your hatred with violence? Am I right? Y'all, being able to dismiss the Klan as a joke is some white privilege shit. Because the only way we can do that is if we see that kind of ignorance and hatred as more of an embarrassment than a threat. Did you hear that, black people? The Klan isn't a real threat, and you know who gets to make that decision? White people. White people assessing the threat level of the Klan is like a double cheeseburger taking it upon itself to assess the threat level of poor vegetarians towards really expensive broccoli. It's estimated that there are still some 8,000 members of the KKK in the United States today, meaning there are thousands of terrorist sleeper cells inside the United States, every one of them just waiting for a sale on broccoli. I mean, isn't that what we're always talking about? The threat of terrorist sleeper cells? Yeah, but that's not the same. We already know about the Klan, which is like saying it's okay to be a sleeper cell as long as you got a really bad snoring problem. And keep in mind, that's not even counting the far greater number of neo-Nazis and Klan 2.0 type motherfuckers out there. From just the Klan alone, we know there are 8,000 people whose morning routine consists of waking up, going out to get the paper, and checking the headlines just to be like, no race war again today? Oh well, guess I gotta go to work. The Klan are like the National Reserves for white supremacy, just waiting to be called up to active duty. Yet white people act like the Klan is the cover band for white supremacy. They're not the real thing, they just show up and play the hits. They take comfort in the notion that today's Klan just isn't the same as yesterday's Klan. But black people know that the white people who are in the Klan today are no different from the white people who were in the Klan 60 years ago. And how do black people know this about these white people? Because they joined the fucking Klan. It ain't like you showed up for the bowling league and found yourself at a furry convention. You joined the Klan. You know what the fuck the Klan is. You're not like some teenager who thought they'd try selling a little weed and got in over their head. You joined the fucking Klan. That's how bad racism still is in this country. That American citizens are still joining the Klan. And even if you don't know anyone in the Klan, you know they still exist. And why? Because they check in. See, every so often the KKK holds a rally or a march in the square of some really lucky town, just so they make sure everyone knows that, damn, the Klan still exists. Which means that every so often they have to apply for a permit to be an asshole in public. Which means that somebody in the Klan has to come downtown to make the most awkward county clerk's office visit in the history of county clerk's office visits. Which, if I may use my white privilege to make light of this situation, I would like to point out that if there ever was such a thing as poetic justice, this scene has got to be one of those moments. Because you and I both know it's gonna be a sassy black woman working in that window, and her name is going to be Shatika Washington. Not because I'm trying to stereotype in this joke, but because it would make it that much more unbearable to the Klan members standing in that line. I like to think the scene would play out something like this. I need to apply for a march permit. What's your organization's name? The Klan? The clown? What kind of march you gonna do with some clowns? What kind of clowns? Wait, are you one of them insane posse motherfuckers? Because you motherfuckers are crazy. No, not clown. I said Klan. The Klan. Wait, what you mean Klan? Wait, you mean like Wu-Tang or something? Is Wu-Tang coming into concert? Oh, are you Wu-Tang's manager? Can you hook me up with some tickets? Because, you know, Ghostface is my jam. No, not Wu-Tang. Ku Klux, you know. Ku Klux Klan. Oh, hell no. You did not just say the Ku Klux Klan. Hell no. Hey, y'all, this motherfucker right here is some fucking Klan. Kiss my ass, you some Klan. And so on, and so on. Now, y'all might laugh, but just imagine fast forwarding 50 years and the scene going a little something like this. I'd like to apply for a demonstration permit. Name of the organization, please. That would be, Al-Qaeda? Wait, did you say Al-Qaeda? Yeah, that's right, Al-Qaeda. Didn't you guys... Yeah, that was us, but we're not like that now, you know, we just hold marches and rallies mostly, you know, just for old time's sake. And so on, and so on. Yeah, not as funny, is it? But why not? I mean, obviously we want a world where people voice their dissent through the exercise of their free speech and not the trigger finger. But that's not what's really going on, is it? See, a lot of white folks like to pat themselves on the back believing that progress has neutered the Klan. And to a certain extent, they're right. But that doesn't mean that the KKK isn't double-checking the Thrifty Clipper Weekly for that coupon on broccoli. Now don't get me wrong, I also prefer my fundamentalist extremists with bullhorns and beer bellies. And whether it's through policies or culture, when bullies are unwilling to accept the consequence of committing violence, that is certainly progress. But sensible deterrence should be the first step, not the last step. We have more to do. We have to treat the disease and not just the symptoms. Because when you dream of a better world, don't you dream of a day where no one finds themselves attracted to a group whose story is drenched in fear, ignorance, hatred, and blood? Or do you dream of a day when the U.S. chapter of ISIS is dismissed as a joke because they no longer commit organized assaults, and Al-Qaeda is merely shrugged off as those assholes who hold annual parades in Manhattan on the anniversary of 9/11? And if you can't even imagine a day like that, then maybe there really is more for us to do after we find an answer to the question of whether or not white privilege exists. If you dig what I'm doing and you would like to help me keep on doing it, you got two options. You can share this video with others or click below the video to show me some love. Either one is greatly appreciated.